Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D-Real coming at you with another Be Real with D-Real, where edutainment is what I do. Habari Gani and Mohini. Happy Kwanzaa. Welcome to another Be Real with D-Real. Today's principle is Ujima. Ujima is collective work and responsibility. Collective work means coming together. Collective work means coming together. Ujima, as collective work and responsibility, focuses on the collective success and failure as a community. And that principle means we as celebrants have to lift each other up, build each other up, okay? The story that I am going to correlate with the Ujima principle is, once again, another Black Panther feature story. This time, it comes from the pages of Avengers. It is a building on of T'Challa's origin story. If you've read it, you know it. If you haven't, come along for the ride. But before we do, I need y'all to do what you always do for me. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D-Real page so that when new material comes out, you get it. If you're digging what a brother's shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket, comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D-Real page. Let's go get on this journey, y'all. Here we are. Here we are, here we are, here we are. Avengers number 87. Anywho, this is a expounding upon the origin story of T'Challa. So we're going to skip the obvious points and move on through this rather rapidly. So hang on, here we go. Look homeward, Avenger. We see T'Challa here chilling with his Avengers buddies, and Jarvis is bringing them some hot tea. Why doesn't Goliath shrink down to a normal size so he isn't all underfoot? But my man T'Challa here looks to be deep in thought, doesn't he? Let's find out what's on T'Charlie's mind. Iron Man notes that he's far away in his thoughts, and he lets Iron Man know, hey, man, I'm just a little bit homesick. I'm around all you Caucasian people and robots and gods and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't see no people who look like me. Nah, that's just me. He said he does need to talk a little bit about home. That works for me, you know. I live in Alaska, but I'm a Kansas City boy by heart, and sometimes just talking about home makes me feel better sometimes. About days long forgotten, about days lost in shadow, and about the origin of one whom the outside world has called the Panther. There is little T'Challa being hoisted by his papa, T'Chaka. Everybody smiling, everybody happy. I like how, like, back in the 60s, they kept the super duper African look on everything. Of course, we know T'Challa is a great chieftain and a great hunter and represented his people well. Look at that. All hail T'Chaka, guardian of the eternal peak. That's the vibranium, y'all. I'm going to assume those spears and shields are made of vibranium. And that is what T'Chaka is sharing with his boy, that you, sir, must be the protector of the sacred mound of the metal called vibranium. And he lets him know, man, we got to guard this stuff with our life, because it's people that want to get their hands on it and do ill stuff with it. Like that guy. That guy. That guy. If you ain't recognize him, that there is Ulysses Claw looking for vibranium to power his sound transformer. And what does my man T'Challa tell him? I'm sorry, not T'Challa, T'Chaka. Be gone. Kick rocks. So speaks T'Chaka. And he said T'Chaka ain't gonna speak no more. T'Chaka could have benefited from a vibranium weave costume at this point. Because, yeah, they all emptied into him. So maybe that shield ain't vibranium. You probably would want to. Well, I don't know why. Maybe it's because comics in the 60s, nobody made the correlation that perhaps that man should carry some vibranium for protection. And like all superheroes, at some point in their lives, whether it's as a child, as a teenager, he becomes not an orphan, but fatherless. And here he is with his childhood friend, Batumba. Have we ever heard of Batumba? Do we know the role Batumba plays in this story? Nah. Batumba is T'Challa's childhood friend, and Batumba has a daddy by the name of Mbaza. And he, as you can read there, is like a witch doctor. And he's kind of in the role that Zuri would be in, as that man who's guiding you and coaching you in the way that you should go. And that's the way that T'Challa went. We already know about all this. We already know he's smart as hell. We already know he got genius level intellect. We already know he's a star athlete. And along with him, always, if you see him back there taking second place, and everything T'Challa does is his homie, Batumba. And when they graduate, and he graduates what apparently looks to be summa cum laude or magna cum laude, probably both. There beside him, while he's macking that honey, his boy Batumba. He returns home. That is an abridged version because we don't even touch on all of the other things that he learned, such as many martial arts, as well as Wakandan martial arts. But like I said, the 60s. Now, T'Challa has got to defeat a half dozen warriors in hand-to-hand combat. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. He looked like he was ready because he wants his revenge. And the blood of T'Chaka runs through his veins. So get off of me. I like how they draw black people's hair brown. But some people, if you look at their hair in the light, it is in fact brown. He looked like he got a process in there in that picture. But they didn't want no more. And now T'Challa has to go and do what he needs to do. Where? To that familiar mechanized temple. T'Challa goes inside and finds the costume, or should I say, he's calling it a costume, but we learn later that it's a habit. And that is the first time he rocked the garb of the Black Panther. And now his final task, y'all know what it is. Climbing the mountain peak to obtain what? Let's all say it together. 1, 2, 3. The heart-shaped herb. Yay! Exactly. But what we don't know in this original origin story T'Challa arrives at his goal, but he hears voices, the voices of the world famous Beehive people. No, I'm sorry, it's not the Beehive people. That is AIM. And AIM is an acronym for Advanced Idea Mechanics. And they're stealing vibranium. Well, T'Challa's not having that. They're like, who is that? Blow him up. Yes, he still lives and is ready to kick some AIM ass or some AIM beehive. T'Challa doing what T'Challa do. Still swift. The Sonatron. They always have those names. 60s. And T'Challa gets stopped. Who told you people about vibranium? Who? Who? Cannot you guess? Oh, those who understand 60s plots? Who? Your boy, Matumba. He told him he's recruited by AIM while he was still your college roommate. And now we gonna take over the world. It's interesting that a bunch of white men who run advanced idea mechanic would be willing to get in bed, figuratively, with a turncoat black man like my man Batumba. This is why we've never heard of T'Challa's childhood friend Batumba, because he's a turncoat. Uh-oh. He's up. He ready to go. Kicking butt. Panther powers are given to him by the heart-shaped herb, as we see, and he's getting ready to apply foot to behind. Or is it? Nope, not yet. Wake up, fool. He gonna have his men blast you out of existence, T'Challa. They like, we don't want to kill him. We want you to kill him, Batumba. And T'Challa like, okay, if you gonna kill me, I ain't scared of you. Pull the trigger, punk. Pull the trigger. Do it. Do it. But he can't. Even being a traitor, he can't be a murderer. We're going to talk about this in a little bit. But first, blah, let's do the Wakanda thing. Let's be buddies again. Wait, they were monitoring him to see if he was going to be a turncoat. That's why they had him killed, or they left the task of killing T'Challa to him. And now you have betrayed AIM for the first and last time. Beekeepers, to your positions. Who thought of this look, man? This has got to be the lamest look ever. In, well, I ain't gonna say in all the comics, but maybe I'll do a top 5 on the lamest outfits ever in comics. This is definitely on the list. So T'Challa is crouched, ready for action, and he's whispering to Batumba. Batumba's whispering to him. Let's handle it. And T'Challa moves, but Batumba He caught a fade in a major way. This right here is why we don't see T'Challa's childhood friend Batumba, because he caught a fade. But Black Panther keeps moving, keeps moving, keeps moving. That agility that he's known for, since we didn't have that vibranium protection as it came later on in the Christopher Priest run in the 90s, T'Challa had to do it the old-fashioned way, stick and move, which he effectively does. That there looks real cat-like. I like that. And here he is, mourning his friend. Oh, Batumba, 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 Batumba. Don't tell them I weakened and betrayed you. He said he ain't gonna tell them you betrayed him. My dog. And left his boy there to die. Well, he was already dead, so. And there you have it, friends. And there you have it, my friends. T'Challa's origin story. Okay? As well as collective work and responsibility. The collective work was done by T'Challa for the betterment of Wakanda. The responsibility fell to T'Challa and Batumba. And Batumba kind of slipped on his responsibility. But in the end, he came back and showed you, even though I'm a traitor, I'm not a murderer. And please don't tell him I was a traitor. We ain't heard nothing about a Batumba to this day. Now y'all know a secret. Did y'all enjoy the origin story of T'Challa on Ujima, the third principle of Kwanzaa? Drop it in the comments. And as always, I'll be coming at y'all with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.